meetings.
Oh, okay. Thank you also to all the staff members for directing students to the right digital location. Oh my goodness, we just have links everywhere, don't we? I also want to say thank you all for joining us. You know, we're kind of switching up our schedule at the elementary school with our shifting into hybrid. I do want you all to know that we are planning on continuing these virtual field trips every single week, same time, dependent on feedback from teachers, but we're just going to stick with the same time for right now. So keep on joining us wherever you are, on site, at home. Kevin, did you have, okay. So we are here today at one of our local woodworking companies. We are going to take a walk around the facility. We'll do questions and answers like usual. I will remind you all, remember to be good digital citizens and be kind and compassionate in online environments. And then raise your hand when you want to, we'll save our questions until the very end, and we'll take questions in order of hands raised. So I will also remind you, as I'm doing it myself, you want to pin my window so you can see. Whoops. I'm trying to pin myself, people. And it's not working. Okay, there we go. So just make sure you have the window, this window pinned. And now we are ready to introduce you to our guest speaker for today. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself to the students and maybe say a little bit about your company and what you do?
All right. Well, my name is Terry Sullivan, and I'm going to take this mask off so you can hear me better. And I own Peterson's, W.G. Peterson Woodworking. And we're a custom cabinet shop here in Florence and have been here since 1967. So almost a little over 50 years. And so we just do custom cabinets for all the cabinetry in the houses, in your kitchens and bathrooms and your closets and libraries and dens. So we do a lot of different work around here. So and it's been a good business over the years. So it's been good, stable.
Yeah, and you know, we've been asking all of our business owners, you know, about COVID, like how has COVID actually impacted your business? I think when I met with you last time, you actually said business has been booming, which is good to hear.
The business has been good. It's the construction side of the business has not stopped at all for anybody on the coast. So we've been very busy. It's been good.
All right. So students, we're gonna tour around the facility. You can probably hear some equipment and machines going on in the background. Can we start, because I know I did say we have students and staff members on the line, and I have been fascinated with these countertop samples. So what can we share with people about all of the countertop samples that we have here?
Not only do we do just the cabinetry, we supply the service of the countertops for your kitchens and bathrooms as well. So we offer standard laminate countertops, and we also do granite, quartz, corian, and solid surface materials. So we have various brands. It's kind of like I call it the automotive industry. You got Ford, Chevy, Toyota. We got different brands of the same type of product. All of them very good quality. So it's just a matter of choice of colors and expense at that point. But we got different types that you can come in and take a look at. So those of you that are interested in that area.
I'm going to do some close-ups. What are we looking at right here?
This is a thin tip quartz countertop. And the edge is a chiseled, kind of a rough cut edge, kind of like a live edge on a wood piece. So it's all chiseled out. So there's different edge treatments you can put on them.
Okay. Let's shift over here. And I'm thinking of you, Mrs. Craig. Is this quartz?
Quartz as well. Caesar stone is another quartz product. Lots of different flavors, lots of different colors, lots of different flakings. You know, if you like, depending on how you like the colors from one spectrum to the other. You know.
Students, I know we have a lot of students on the line who love rocks and minerals.
Yeah, there's kind of a rocky looking one.
Look at that. That's beautiful. That looks like the ocean.
Yeah. Sparkles.
Gorgeous.
Lots to pick from. So there's quite a few different things that you can look at. You can mount your sinks in different ways in the kitchens, under mounts or over mounts. So the ease, low maintenance type of countertop products. So.
Okay. Do we want to show them the little setup, or do you want to go straight back this way?
Wherever you want to go.
How about we do a lap around? What are these? Are you
These
using raw?
These are bird's eye maple girl slabs.
Beautiful.
And I picked them up from the customer at Ford, which is trying to sell some. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I couldn't pass it up trying not to get to it. So.
Yeah, they're so beautiful and unique looking.
There's another one here that's a little smaller. It's got all little bird's eye maple pointies on there.
It looks like it would be really heavy, but you kind of just flip that around, didn't you?
This one only weighs about 50 pounds. This one weighs 130 pounds.
Okay.
This one's a little heavier. I wouldn't want to kick it in the middle of the night. You might bleed. So.
Beautiful.
Pretty sharp little pokies on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about we walk around the corner and just show, this is kind of just like a little sample room. Little showroom.
We have here. And this is Aquarium Countertop, solid surface countertops where you can mold in your countertops. You can mold in your backsplashes here so that there's no separation of backsplash and countertop.
Okay.
Just a different display of a rusty collar that's been painted with a lazy finish on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like the distressing. If anyone's into distressed wood. Yes.
There's a whole bunch of variations. So.
Okay.
And then just more samples. That's what you can look at as far as the countertops is concerned.
I just can't get enough of this quartz. Look at that. It's so beautiful. Okay. All right, and then you have some bathroom samples back here.
This is a rustic alder vanity that we have built for just look for the vessel sink on top.
And you did this copper treatment as well?
Copper treatment in there. It's a piece of laminate that we laminated to a board just to get some different aspect, kind of blend with the copper sink.
Beautiful.
And it's got a granite top with a chiseled edge on it.
Okay. A little bit more of another item over here.
Vanity type product.
What is this called where the countertop is part of the sink?
What they call just a molded sink. So it's just all formed as one piece.
Okay.
Comes to you that way. That way there's no separation of the sink and the countertop.
Yeah, you don't have to redo your caulking constantly.
Yeah. These are just kind of sample doors that we offer with hickory. That's a mahogany, another hickory one here.
So you build everything on site, right? Okay.
You buy a lot of doors from a door manufacturer. So you can have a natural wood or painted cabinet. There's a light blue one we did for just customer. Cherry cabinets. So yeah, just about any type of wood, maple, cherry, alder, hickory.
Whatever your heart desires and your imagination can come up with.
Pretty much. So.
And then you can select all your hardware over here.
We have hardware available too to kind of complete the package of almost a one-stop shop for the cabinets.
Yeah, I love it. Do you feel like we're ready to go back into where all the work happens? Where it all happens. So students, you can probably already hear some of the noise, so it will be a little noisy when we go in there because we have people working on cabinetry with big, awesome equipment. So just pay attention, lean in, do your best to listen. We'll make do.
Try to stay close, but not too close.
Right, yes. Ooh, we got to stop here real quick. These are stain samples.
Stain samples of our different woods, different colors on them that we offer for our customers.
Okay. Hey, also students, at this point in time, I would recommend if you can turn on closed captioning, that might actually help you. The closed captioning in Google Meet is actually really nice. Okay. All right, here we go.
This is the edge bander. Before I get out there, this is when we apply a edge piece to the unfinished piece of plywood or developing materials, which he'll show you as you step through it, how it all happens. It's all one big long machine that applies it, glues it, cuts it, and trims it off at the end. So we'll show you how he's doing it as we go through this. It's called the edge bander.
Edge bander. Here we go. lot of students fascinated with equipment and the mechanics of equipment. How cool is this?
Step up here and show you how easy it is.
Ooh, cool.
Slide it in there and the tape's on a roll. It'll get where it goes through, and it unrolls, presses it all together. It's all behind the scenes.
Awesome. Okay.
Almost every part goes through this machine.
Awesome.
We have different ones here. This is called a straight line rip saw, where we fan back around the corner here. All the lumber that's stacked up across the wall here goes through this machine to cut it to size. You can get it in a rough width, and then we cut it up into smaller pieces that build cabinetry, face frames, and things like that.
And then we would have a student that would want to know what are those pipes for going up.
That is our dust collection system that collects dust out of here. You don't have to wear a mask all the time. We do wear a mask a lot, period, because of the dust and the lack of the spray. So it's not new for us to wear a mask.
Got it, yeah. Okay.
We just don't do it every day.
Right.
There's a lot of equipment in here that we can use. The sander, the boring machine. It's got 26 spindles on it, and it'll drill holes into everything you use.
Like those ones right there?
Yeah.
Oh, so that looks like the adjustable shelves. Yeah.
Patterns, whatever we need to offer cabinets.
Awesome.
Yeah. Continue to walk through, and then we have shapers that we do our doors on. A couple of them over here. Power beams, table saw. Got another board machine over here. Planer, or a thickness planer. A lot of wood shop in high school. They have some of these basic as well. So you'll see those. We have a wide belt sander. These are our mills up here. They're 3 foot wide. We'll call them thickness sanders. It's like white belt sanders with thickness. So we sand all of our doors and door fronts from various grits, 80 grit, 220 grit sandpaper. And then we do slabs for referrals, slabs for a lot of people. The wood carver north of town, and does chainsaw carving.
Okay, so like a person, like if I wanted a wood burl slab coffee table, which is very popular, I could come to you and we could work up a plan to make that. Okay.
We do a lot of their sanding, and they take the product and make their own stuff. It's hard finish.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can do a lot of sanding here, flatten them out, just like. I'll hear the vacuum running in the background. This big green rocket ship.
That looks like a green rocket ship. That's huge.
That's our vacuum that runs the whole.
I also see Rudolph at the very top. Do you all see that, students? There's a little tiny Rudolph right there.
Somebody's forgot to dust it the last 3 or 4 years.
He does look a little dusty. Yeah.
And another one that we have is, see all the parts on the carts. All of these out of the 4 foot by 8 foot ply. Put that on the saw. This is what we call a panel saw. It's our vertical panel saw. All of our cutouts on that. Take any piece of material
Hi, Mom.
What floor is that? Light comes out. Back up.
Okay.
That's the way we square up all of our pieces, cut them all up, and tape them, take them to the back room.
Right.
Kind of where the front end happens, where all the material comes in.
Okay.
All the material comes in through this door.
Through that door right there.
Various things that we're doing. Store it all in here for the goods. And machine it to you all the back room. So.
Okay.
Got a gentleman here working on a compressor today too, so that's what I have. It's kind of another staging area. We're kind of working on some doors and things for a customer here that kind of clean up their old 1930s door. And we're trying to just kind of clean them up so they can get rehung in their house.
Oh, so you do restoration? You do a little bit of restoration as well? Yeah. Okay, very nice. Okay. Yeah, I like, that's a beautiful door. Is that the original glass?
The original door. Somebody, customers bought the house, and they took these out. They found them sitting outside, so they want to restore it back into the house.
Yeah.
They're going to reframe the house.
Pretty.
This is kind of just where we cut all that lumber you saw, just the wall. Dimensionalize it, bring it over exactly so we build our base frames for our cabinetry. Store it up across here with different woods and different selections. This is our big chop saw. This is for the base frame. Cut out saw. We did put this all back here in the early 80s. We've been in here a long time. Over 40 years. We've been working strong. So.
Is that how long your company has been open?
We've been open since 1967.
Awesome.
Just from another cabinet shop. We're at Mulholland for back in 67. Mr. Peterson. Mulholland actually was the high school librarian. His wife was at that time.
You're in Sayusa?
Inside, yeah.
Library connections everywhere, people.
So she was my librarian when I was in high school.
That's awesome.
Back in the 70s. A long time ago.
That's so cool. Awesome.
I did all my 12 years in high school. Graduated in 74.
Yay!
You like that?
We love Sayusa graduates.
Yeah. My kids graduated here. So.
Awesome.
Good place to be.
It is.
We have more in the back room here. This is kind of where they all things put back together.
Oh, you know what? The last time I was here, you all had the most gorgeous blue cabinets.
They went out and got installed.
Yeah, students, I love color. You know, I'm into artwork, and I can't remember what the exact name of the Pantone color of the year is, but it's like some kind of ocean sea dark blue. And that color has become really popular for cabinets as of late. So you'll see a lot of...
Four different islands and different colors.
Yeah.
This is kind of where we do the assembly of all the parts and pieces. This particular project you see here is actually going to our local hospital. So it'll be going to the cafeteria site. Where they can install next year.
Hey, how cool is that, students, that we can, through this company, make cabinets right here in town that are then going to turn around and be put into another local business's establishment. That's really awesome.
There's a lot of commercial as well as residential.
Okay.
Dan over here, he's put together a toe base for that.
Hi. Everyone loves being on camera.
He's on witness protection program.
Yeah. So can I ask you a question real quick? So a customer will place an order. I mean, you have to go on site. What do you call because a lot of these are drawers and yeah. So what does that look like from beginning to end when a customer places an order? How does it come together and how does it get installed?
Typically, the customer will call me or come in and discuss what their needs are. I'll typically go back out to the house and measure areas where their need is. Like over here at the hospital, they called me over and I went in and measured all the parts and I give them a quote. What's the cost? They say yay or nay, and we go on to the They go in and box on them. So being in the hospital, they like to lock things in them.
Yep.
They don't trust anybody. They don't trust anybody. So it's like,
Protocol standard.
Once they give me the okay, then I'll make it myself. Make the cut list, give it to Robert, start cutting out, and then machine it, build it, and we'll take it over and install it ourselves. We've got 3 installers that we use. So, countertops put on. These will get Aquarium countertops. Because of the sanitation in the hospital, they like to really, instead of mica, they like the similar sanitary surface. Non-porous product, maintain, stains, buildings, not going to grow on it, bacteria, easy clean, like that.
Good to know. Have you ever do you do stainless steel tops? Have you?
We don't personally, but I have that on my jobs.
Okay.
There's companies that need or seeing the sheet metal will do some.
So you'll, what do you call that? Do consultations out or whatever? Okay.
Subcontractors out. Most all our countertops, granite quartz, they come out of the machine. People just want to come in and get this on further above here.
Yeah.
And we can keep it pretty busy, so we don't want to spend more time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll take anyhow, so we come back here and we assemble all the parts and pieces. In one cabinet, you don't realize just looking at one cabinet that there's probably well over 20, 25 parts in one cabinet.
Right.
You know, it's just not one little box in your building. You got 2 ends, top and bottom, a nailing rail at the back. You got door boxes, you got hinges, you got door, a door pole. You know, so there's a whole variety of concepts that go into building one cabinet.
Yeah.
20 pieces. That's all got to be cut and handled.
Students, think of all the steps and the artistry and the creativity and the math and all of that goes into a cabinet, like you said.
Math. I was in high school, got out of math as quick as I can get out. And what do? I get a job every day.
Fractions of that.
Fractions.
Yeah.
Being this algebra, some predominant once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd like it, but I did. So after that, I mean, I'm not sure how much time you got left.
We have about 6 more minutes. Usually we want to give some time for some questions and answers.
Well, other than that, we have a finished room back here where we're.
Oh, I see pretty windows. Are those cabinets?
Those are
Cabinet doors. Okay. Woo, those are gorgeous.
This is our finished room back here where we do all the finish.
Finishing?
Finish there, front doors. Trying to hide.
Yeah. Everyone hides when they see the camera. Yeah. Ooh, those are pretty.
Rustic alder like the vanity we had up front.
Rustic alder. Okay. Hey, that's exact style is so popular and so classic. And what is the name of it with the edge around the flat panel?
The shaker style.
Shaker style. Okay. Gorgeous. All right. Well, would you want to maybe pop back up front where it's a little less noisy, and then we can do some questions, students. So if you want to ask a question, make sure your little hand is raised. And yeah, just take one last look as we're walking. It might be a little fuzzy on your end, but look at this setup. How cool is that? Yeah. Okay. I'll follow you so I don't. Boogie through there. Yeah, should we just stand right over here again, if that's okay? All right, students, so you know what? I did advertise. I'm starting to advertise these longer. So we will anticipate going from 2 to 2:45 in the future. We'll plan our programming from about 2 to 2:25, and that'll give us more time for questions and answers. So, Mrs. Craig, at this point in time, do you want to start calling on students?
Sure. Your first question is from Morris Friedman.
Morris, go ahead. Sorry, I'm getting my tripod adjusted here.
I had my hand up like this whole time.
Thank you for being so patient, Morris.
Well, the thing is, I love machines and I love stones. It's just so amazing. All those machines, I thought I would be the first one to invent that kind of thing.
To invent that kind of thing? Is that what you said?
I didn't even know that stuff existed.
Well, now you do, and you could become a woodworker someday. And thank you for sharing that. I'm actually going to tag on to what you said and ask Terry, what are the requirements or schooling and all that kind of stuff to get to where you are? For young Morris, who might be interested.
Young Morris, well, I got into this just by, I knew the boss, Mr. Peterson at the time. My name is not Peterson. But I knew him and his son was going to school, and I was working at IGA at 16. So I started here in 1972, working for Mr. Peterson. And so it's just a matter of doing good school, so you know your math, obviously. But finding a place of interest where you can, in the future, get a job, apply yourself to that direction. So that's kind of the main thing, is that you're familiar with it. I didn't know anything about it, but Mr. Peterson was good enough to groom me and show me what to do.
So you usually do some kind of internship?
An internship kind of works out to him. Most of the time, though, especially with the regulations, they don't want you to touch a machine until you're 18.
I was going to say, that's some machinery I would not want to touch back there.
So it's hard to groom some of the kids, especially when I came in at 16. I was able to use the equipment. It wasn't quite as strict back then. So,
got it.
But you do have woodworking classes typically in the junior high, I think, right now. So as you get older, you can take those classes.
Awesome comment. This is Craig. Who's next?
Wait, what I was thinking was I want to be an inventor, not that.
Well, good. You can be an inventor and then invent something to do with woodworking. There's the world is your oyster.
There you go.
If you live long enough, then I might even be able to make some sort of machine to make people able to live forever.
Well, I can't wait.
If you get healthy enough, you can probably do that. The only reason people don't live as long as other people is because they're not as healthy, is what I think. So if I can find a way to make people extra healthy, I might be able to make people live more than 100 years.
You got it.
There you
More
go.
than 100.
Go for it.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Mrs. Craig, we got to save some time for everyone else. Who's next?
Next is Colin Leland.
Hi, Colin. Thanks for joining us again.
Hi, yeah, you're welcome. And so I want to first say that it looks pretty busy in there, and it's that's great. And then I also was wondering, do you guys ever like hire people to like come in and do that and like do that stuff? And how much is it minimum wage? Would you say?
Typically, yeah. If you wanted to look thinking about it, we just recommend coming in, putting an app in to talk. And I don't have a large turnover of employees. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a good problem actually
it's a good
to
problem
have.
A couple of my guys have been with me 15 to 20 years. One of them's just been here about a year, the young man in the back of the finish room. And the other guy's been here about 5 years, I think. But yeah, typically, depending on what your education level is and your experience level, has been based upon your pay. So typically we'll start if you're just beginning at minimum wage and then work yourself up. So we do offer, as an employer, we offer the benefits of paid vacations, paid holidays, and 6 major holidays a year paid. So, and then full medical insurance as well. So
Good. Thank you so much for asking that question for the group, Colin.
Yeah, and I was also wondering too, where are you guys located again?
we're right on 17th Street, 17th and 101, 1723 Highway 101. just straight across the catty corner from the A&W. That's usually a good place. We know where A&W's at, so it's been there a long time.
Thank you, Colin. Who's next in the line, Mrs. Craig?
Jessica Lopez.
Hi, Jessica.
Are we there?
The Woodchuck Full House voice. That was Mr. Woodchuck Full House voice. I may be missing something, Mrs. Craig. I think Jessica might be trying to use the voice feature, and I didn't quite hear what that said.
I didn't catch that either. Jessica, are you able to?
Mr. Woodchuck Full House voice.
Full House of Boys. Full House of Boys, yeah.
Oh, is that what it said?
No,
I said, is that Wood, Mr. Woodchuck Full House voice? If you know what I'm trying to say, you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Woodchucks? All I saw.
How much wood could a woodchuck cut?
That's what it was. Thank
A
you,
woodchuck's
Jessica.
bad?
I have no idea.
There is it was some wood humor.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, thank you for that.
I thought of that question. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? And I have no idea.
Yeah. Thanks, Jessica. Did you want to head on to the next hand, Mrs. Craig?
That would be Kevin.
Kevin, I love that you join us every week. What you got?
So, my question is, how do you get those rocks?
Get the countertops.
These beautiful rocks. So I think, ooh, look at that.
Well, these are samples that the companies give us to sell their product. So that's where I get these rocks at from.
How are they manufactured though? Like, how does a company make? Because this is mostly quartz.
Yeah.
This
So
is quartz, which is engineered stone. So it's crushed rocks and resins that is pressed together with glue. The resins and glue. Then they press it in a form and then make sheet goods out of it. And then they come back and cut it up.
That is
it's like
cool.
making Rice Krispies. That's what I
like
just.
a Rice Krispie cookie.
Yeah.
Sense,
If you've ever made Rice Krispies,
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
very-
it reminds me of. They crush up the rock, they add a binder, a resin, and they put it into a form, just like putting Rice Krispies into a pan. Awesome question. Mrs. Craig, you know it is, how many hands do we have left? It is 2:34.
I just have one, last one. It's Arya, and then I can go on to the book after that.
Thank you. Aria,
I thought I saw like a pink stone with all those samples. Did you? Can I see that one?
A red one. I don't know if I had a pink one.
there's one piece of rock with pinkish flecks in it.
I was looking actually for
There's
the
Pink
red
nail
one.
polish.
I was looking for the red one because I saw something pink. I didn't know it was red. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, but look at all the different colors. They're so beautiful.
It's a bright countertop.
Yeah, it is. Awesome. Oh, that one is kind of pink. Here, let me. There's a pink one.
Granite. It's a granite sample.
Hey, what's the difference between granite and quartz?
Granite is there's a actual stone cut out of a quarry, and it is just natural stone, and then it's sanded, polished, and then the quartz is a manufactured of the quartz and resin product
Okay.
compressed together. So
Awesome. Well, do you have any final thoughts for the group?
no, just thank you for participating. It's been kind of fun. So look forward to doing it again maybe someday.
Yeah, thank you. And just students, so you know, we're starting, we do these weekly virtual field trips, and sometimes they turn into class-specific collaborations. So we are actually coming back tomorrow with Ms. Apodaca's Youth Transition Program class. So any staff or teachers in the audience, if you want a class-specific virtual tour in the future, that's an option for you as well, any time of the day. So with that being said, I'm going to flip my camera around, maybe. I think there we go. All right, so thank you for joining us. Hey, next week, we've got a really awesome field trip as well. We are going to be with Hayek Technology Solutions. They are one of our internet provider companies in town. They specialize in fiber optic cables. And I think we're going to have a couple of presenters. We're going to have like one person out in the field, one person over in the shop, and I don't know where I'm going to be yet. So we're going to have a couple views around town of how Hayek is getting us all teched up, connected to Wi-Fi during this pandemic in particular. So join us next week. And thank you. Now we're going to lead into our read aloud. It's a Valentine's Day read aloud. Worth AR points. So go on and take the AR test after you're done. See you next week, everyone.
Good night.
Bye. Goodbye.
Bye.
There's people that lived older than 100 years old. There's people that have lived over 100 years old.
How does one live 100 years?
They get healthy, that's how, I think.
People don't live that long anymore. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. With global warming and everything and people being more unhealthy, I'm sorry. But
Well, one of my classmates in first grade, their grandpa died on the day of their 100th birthday.
yay. Oh, wait, no, not yay. They died. But it was their time to go. I need to stop. Hopefully it didn't.
We cannot hear the story. We can't hear it.
And we can hear it.
Miss Craig, we cannot hear. We can't hear it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to send a card to Anna Maria. Danny whispered to Willie. And Jim thought, I'm not going to send a card. I'm going to send 2 Valentines to Paul. After school, Jim's mother said, why don't you make
Hear the story from the start.
how his heart's always pink out fat on one side and skinny on the other. And he could never make those little with big eyes, the ones that said, "Be my honey." Jim rushed to the 10-cent store. The other kids were already there. First, they looked at all the candy. Then they each bought a box of Valentines. Each box was the same, and each box had enough cards in it for everybody in the first grade. Ooh, this is a cute one. Will you send it to me, Jim? Asked Anna Maria. But Jim was thinking which cards he would send to home. Alas, it was Valentine's Day. The teacher called out the names on the cards. Jim was hoping he'd get a lot of good Valentines. Sarah waved a card. Look, I got one from Sammy. It says, "My 2 lips are wine." All the first graders were showing their Valentines and laughing. They asked each other, "How many did you get?" Paul told Jim, "I like the one you sent me. I like Elise, my Valentine." He held up a little policeman on a motorcycle. Danny. Okay, here's our read aloud for today. And Billy and Jim thought, I'm not going to send a card. I'm going to send 2 Valentines to Paul. After school, Jim's mother said, why don't you make your own Valentine? But Jim remembered how his heart's always pink out fat on one side and skinny on the other. And he could never make those little with big eyes, the ones that said, "Be my honey." Jim rushed to the 10-cent store. The other kids were already there. First, they looked at all the candy. Then they each bought a box of Valentines. Each box was the same, and each box had enough cards in it for everybody in the first grade. Ooh, this is a cute one. Will you send it to me, Jim? Asked Anna Maria. But Jim was thinking which cards he would send to home. Alas, it was Valentine's Day. The teacher called out the names on the cards. Jim was hoping he'd get a lot of good Valentines. Sarah waved a card. Look, I got one from Sammy. It says, "My 2 lips are wine." All the first graders were showing their Valentines and laughing. They asked each other, how many did you get? Paul told Jim, I like the one you sent me. I like Elise, my Valentine. He held up a little policeman on a motorcycle. Danny yelled, I have 13 Valentines. But some of Danny's cards said, you are nice from Danny. He had something to himself. Jim got 12 Valentines. He kept looking at them. He loved them all. See this one? Anna Maria said to Margaret. I kept it for myself. It was too cheap to send. So Some people got a lot of Valentines. Some people didn't get so many. But George didn't get enough. He ran and hid in the coat room and wouldn't come out. Oh dear, the teacher said. I'm afraid everyone did not send Valentines to everyone else for first grade. What can we do to make George feel better? Everybody tried to think. It was very quiet except for George. He was crying in the coat room. Anna Marie said, I'll give him one of my cards because I have some candy. But George hollered, I don't want any. I know, Jim cried. We can play music for him. He took on his harmonica. Paul went to the music corner and got the trumpet. Anna Marie took the kazoo before anyone else could. Billy got the drum. Margaret playing the guitar. Andy belonged to the xylophone and Lee wanging the triangle. Sarah put a pretty cloth on her head and began to dance. Around the room they went. George came slowly with Fanny gave him bells to shake. He knew that was George's favorite. Willie got the paper crown and put it on George's head. Hey man, you are the king, he said. And look who's here, said the teacher. Willie's mom was standing in the doorway. She brought cupcakes shaped like pink hearts. Danny ate his right away and then pretended Lee's hat was a big cupcake. He pretended he was eating it on Willie's head. Everybody laughed and laughed. Then it was 3 o'clock. They all grabbed their posting cards. They ran out calling one another. Happy Valentine's Day, Jim. Happy Valentine's Day, Paul. Happy Valentine's Day, Willie and Sandy and Henry and Lee and George and Margaret and Sarah and everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah. Let's say more of a story. Make sure that you're equitable and give all your friends Valentine. Thank you.
Can you hold on just a second? Sorry.
Oh,
All right, everyone. That is the end of the field trip. Thank you so much.
Didn't get to hear the whole story.
We'll see you next time.
adios, amigo.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
I am.
Adios.
What's the point of playing a recording of a story if you don't even get to hear the whole thing anyway?
Adios, amigo. Bye.
Well, just to give you a little bit of
Adios.
you know when they did that major rehaul about
Bye.